Well, good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning. It's earlier, 7:56, and dug out some Halloween monsters to show you, and got my coffee. I actually made coffee this morning in one of my favorite mugs. My daughter actually gave me this mug, and read that. It says, if people sat outside and looked at the stars each night, they'd probably look at the world a whole lot differently. And we're big Calvin Hobbes fans, as you can see by my shirt this morning. Spaceman Spiff, one of my favorite shirts. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I dug out. We're going to be decorating for Halloween. Probably start today anyway. We do quite a bit. So I dug some of these guys out and kind of start with some simple stuff. These are some of the old Aurora Monster Scenes kits that they've reissued. And this one's just called the Skeleton. And it's glow in the dark. I did give it a wash of brown just to make it not look so plain. And this is the dreaded saber-toothed jackrabbit. He's in there. It's kind of hard to see. There, got him, I think. In his cage. Little evil little dude. These next three, these were all sculpted by Andy Cope and cast by Andy. This first one on the left here, this is a design by an artist named Eric Piggers. And Eric's really a good artist. Hang on, I'm going to take a sip of coffee here. Oh, that's hot. Right out of the pot. Anyway, Eric is an incredible artist. He actually worked for Disney many years ago. And now out on his own. And you can find him on Facebook. I don't know if he's on Instagram or not, but great guy to follow. And he does sell shirts and stickers of a lot of his designs and stuff. But and the guy who sculpted this and cast this, Andy Cope, C-O-P-E. Andy's in the UK, and he does some incredible work. I mean, this guy is just cool. And he's got a excuse me, got a one-string bass guitar. I made the guitar strap to look like barbed wire. I did that I just took some fine wire, braided it, and then added the spikes to it for effect. So yeah, it's a cool piece. I really like this. I did this several years ago and really like this one. This next one, I'm not sure if my buddy John, who is best known as Ratdaddy, I think he might have come up with this design. I'm not sure. He's done a few things. Him and Andy have done some collaborations, but this is kind of a younger Frankenstein. I'm going to move this guy out of the way here. All right. I love this piece. So and he's basically the sculpt from the waist up, obviously, and got the big shifter. This is a monster machine, die cast. I love the purple willies, and I got a really good price off of that off of eBay, so I was pretty stoked, and it just worked out perfect to me. Let's see if I can get that up there. So this is really more of a caricature skull with some big giant eyes popping out of it. And you can see he reminds me of like a teenage Frankenstein, and then he's got the shrunken head in his hand, which I think that's just cool as hell. There's a lot going on here for one sculpt and one casting. These are very heavy. All of Andy's stuff is just, a lot of it's, I mean, it's not solid resin, all of it, but it's pretty solid. So they're heavy, big heavy pieces. So this is all airbrushed with Createx colors, with Wicked colors, and I lettered this on his back, the Timmy Speed Shop logo there. So he's got kind of the mohawk thing going on. But yeah, this is one of my favorites, and that's a fairly new piece. I did that a couple of years ago, along with this one, which is another big, heavy piece, Frankenstein and Frankenweenie. I love the dog. He's just so cool. I mean, he's cool as hell. And this is another really heavy piece. So he's kind of like the son of Frankenstein. He's got the fur jacket on, or vest. And I just mounted it on one of these bases, sprayed that with that textured paint that you can get at Home Depot. And I was going to put a leash on him, but I thought, yeah, he's probably a good dog. He'll stay with Frankie without running off. So yeah, another cool one. He's just got kind of a little bit meaner, more Hulk-like face. I use real metal neck bolts in these guys. I've got a bunch of these I got off of eBay years ago. I've got a huge bag of those in assorted sizes, so I like using those. Anyway, so the next one. This is not my build. This was actually a gift. And this was from a fella on the old show rod rally, and honest to God, his name evades me right now, which makes me feel awful. But he's the one that really turned me on how to properly build these monster kits. And this is Wolfman's Wagon. This is one of the old Aurora kits. I'm sure it's a reissue, obviously, but this is a cool little kit. Kind of a cool little chopped out, channeled out forward body with a load of rats in it. Got some feet hanging out the back there. And he'd put a little bit of cotton in there. The gnat jumping on my desk. That's one thing about this time of the morning, the no-see-ums are out. But yeah, this is a cool little piece. And one I've kept all these years. Did a great job on the face and stuff there. And, he kind of disappeared from the show rod rally a long time ago, and I lost track of him, which I hate. But he actually worked at a year-round haunted house, and he built a lot of the cool horror stuff that was in it. All right. And last but not least is the Guillotine. And I don't have the figure on it right now. He's in another box somewhere. But this is the old Aurora Guillotine kit. And this thing actually works. I mean, I put some weight in here because without any weight, it really doesn't work well. But yeah, it'll just boom. And the guy that comes in it, his head there's a magnet in his neck, so that when the head falls off, it lands in the basket down here. So it's just pretty basic kit, but it's fun, creepy. Back in the day when they were doing those, Aurora really caught hell for a lot of these kits. And you can, there's a really good book out there by Tom Graham. I showed you Tom's monogram book, but he's done all of the big companies, but he himself was a huge monogram collector, and or no, not monogram, Aurora collector, original Aurora kits, and he kind of got me turned on to a lot of these things. But his book is really good, showcases all of these kind of kits and gives you the history of what went on there at Aurora. Like I said, they really caught hell back in the day for some of these kind of gruesome kits that they made, so which is okay, but for their time, I mean, they were literally, there was people like boycotting them and wanting them banned and everything else. So, and while we're in here, I'll show you the Shaker Trike progress. So I started painting the body on this yesterday, and I did the inside of it, and today I'm hoping to get out there and shoot the outside of the body, because I'm down to probably a dozen parts left to put on this. So, pretty happy with it so far. I got to get those lines pushed down there on the valve covers when I get finished. I might have to put a drop of glue in there, get those to stay in there better. But, yeah, it's coming along pretty good. It's not too bad. And the other thing I was going to show you is I got this at Michael's yesterday, these spools. You can find this in the bead department. But it's this real fine little kind of rubberized line, and I think, you know, these would make good. I mean, you could use it for fuel line, or spark plug line. The diameter is good. I mean, I think for 1/25th anyway. And I got this whole stack of colors. They're all translucent. I remember years ago they used to make like translucent red fuel lines and stuff. And if memory serves me right, it seems like they made some clear spark plug lines so you could see them firing. I think, if I remember right, but I know they did the clear fuel lines, so you could see, or tinted. You know, I think they were red, most of them. Then they were clear. But anyway, that was a cheap find, and I thought I would give it a whirl maybe on something. I just love the colors because they're all super bright. Those would make great spark plug lines in different colors, and they're real translucent looking. So anyway, I thought that would be neat. So anyway, that's it for model cars and coffee this morning. I seriously need some coffee. I've got another work day. So yesterday, put another 30 pieces of sod on my mom's yard. I'm worn out from sodding her yard, but her HOA is 5 foot up her ass about having some dead grass in her front yard. So I've been sodding for about a month and a half, and usually 30, 40 pieces at a time. I've got most of the front yard. I'm, 80% done, 85% done. I'm just over it. I'm getting too old for this shit. So anyway, I did that yesterday. Got the rest of the big tree limb off the top of my wife's greenhouse. So that wasn't too bad because I had some ropes on it I'd put on there last week, and I was afraid it was going to fall on my neighbor's yard, and they have little dogs out there, so didn't want anything happening to them. So yesterday was pretty easy. Just managed to get out there with a bow saw and cut it in half, and pulled the one section down by hand, and then I was able to lower the largest part of it down by rope. I had a rope on it and tied off to another tree, so I was able to drop that down to the ground and get that cut up. So that's done. I've still got 3 or 4 gigantic pieces of tree stuck in the top of a huge gum tree behind my house, and gonna kind of wait till the leaves fall off now in the next month or so, and figure out what I'm going to do from there. I think a couple of them I can get a line on and probably pull them down, but there's one big one in the top up there that is just wedged. Big, large diameter piece of tree. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But so today I'm just hauling stuff. My daughter Darlene has continued to recover well. Thank you for everybody who's continued to pray for her and my family and ask about her. She's getting around pretty good. She's walking, slowly. She doesn't have a lot of energy, but she's doing much, much better. And they finally got moved. They just moved to a new place, much better location. I like the place, and just trying to set things up. So I got to go down there today. There's a couple of things that wouldn't fit in their place, and got to pick up a couple of things and take them to my other daughter's house this morning. Do that. So I got a list, as usual. I got a list every weekend, so working down the list. But I am going to go out there this morning and shoot that shaker trike body because I'd like to get that one finished. It's going to need some clear because I'm going to flake it, and so it's going to need a couple coats of clear, so it probably won't be done today. I'll get the blue on it. I got all the base coats on it yesterday, painted the inside of it in candy blue, and then today I'm going to shoot the outside in blue. And if I got enough time, I'll go ahead and put a coat of clear on it with some flake in it, and then it'll probably need at least one more coat of clear after that. So I can do that during the week, and the temperatures are getting nice, so it's not bad out there in the evenings. The bugs aren't too bad. So yeah, I'll hopefully get that done this week, over the course of this week sometime. But that's about it for now. So I hope you guys have a good Sunday. Try to relax, watch some football, do something with your family, or build some models, and yeah, don't work your life away like I do. It's okay. It's what we do. But anyway, I'll see you guys all again sometime during the week this week, and I'm gonna be dragging that 8th scale Corvette over here to the bench real soon. So let's get back to work on that. I got to get some paint ordered for it, but I really want to get that one done by the end of the year. That's my goal, is to finish that one by the end of the year, and everything else I'm pretty much caught up with that I had planned on doing. So anyway, have a good rest of the day. And the monsters all say, have a good week, and I'll see you again real soon.